you ever wondered how you can build decentralized applications, trade NFTs, create decentralized autonomous organizations, and much more on the blockchain without a centralized authority in control? Today, I want to talk to you about Ethereum Network and how it pioneered the smart contract technology. Smart contract technology essentially created the first true revolution to cryptocurrency since the inception of Bitcoin, allowing for assets to move without human oversight. But I will come back to what smart contract technology is very shortly, because first I need to explain how Ethereum Network works. Hey guys, my name is Vasilis and I make crypto educational videos. In this video, I am going to explain what Ethereum Network is, how Ethereum works, and the tokenomics behind it. As a reward, make sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. Created by Vitalik Buterin in 2013, Ethereum is a decentralized application platform. This means it is a network for applications to be built on, with ETH being the fuel that runs its operations. Typically, some of the applications you are likely to meet on the Ethereum network include decentralized finance, NFTs, crypto games, and much more. Ethereum is the hub on top of which decentralized applications are built. That means it is a platform for developers to create apps that use ETH as their payment method. The biggest difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin is smart contract technology. Smart contract technology is an automated way in which individuals can interact without using a middleman. Smart contracts are self-executing code that only executes once the pre-agreed criteria within the smart contract have been met. This allows users to trade, swap assets, and more without someone to approve the transaction. To explain simply, let's pretend that you want to sell an NFT for 1 ETH. First of all, you want to make sure that your NFT will be transferred only when 1 ETH has been successfully deposited into your wallet. For that case, you set up a smart contract that states something to the effect: when someone places 1 ETH into my crypto wallet, transfer the NFT from my wallet to the other person's wallet. This is a very simple way to describe how smart contracts work, when in reality there is a more complex code running in the background. Let's now explore how Ethereum Network works. Originally, Ethereum was a proof-of-work blockchain similar to Bitcoin, but in 2022 successfully completed its transition to proof-of-stake for verifying its transactions. While both proof-of-work and proof-of-stake are reliable consensus mechanisms, proof-of-stake is far more energy efficient. The difference between the two is, instead of asking 51% of the network's validator nodes to agree on a transaction, like under proof-of-work, under proof-of-stake, those with the most staked or deposited to the system are likely to be selected to verify the transactions. Of course, other nodes check the accuracy of the answer provided, but essentially, by asking fewer validators, the system is quicker and more energy efficient. So, what makes Ethereum unique? As I have already mentioned, smart contracts are a big part of Ethereum, a concept that has now been widely used by many other blockchains. Though what else makes Ethereum unique is its market cap. While all other altcoins seem to move up and down the market rankings, Ethereum has held its place at number 2 for the last 5 years, thus leading to speculation that it will one day replace Bitcoin as the world's largest cryptocurrency in an event known as the flippening. Experts will argue about which is better between Bitcoin and Ethereum, but as they serve different purposes, it seems unfair to compare them directly. However, while this is all well and impressive enough, crypto projects survive long-term by the strength of their tokenomics, and Ethereum is no different. So let's take a deeper look into the tokenomics. As I've mentioned previously, Ethereum recently changed from proof-of-work to proof-of-stake, and with it came a change to how the ETH tokens are created. Originally, like Bitcoin, Ethereum was a proof-of-work network where 2 ETH was rewarded every 15 seconds to the person who successfully solves a complex cryptographic puzzle that verifies the blockchain's list of transactions. Initially, there was no supply limit, and around 120 million ETH was circulating when ETH converted from proof-of-work to proof-of-stake. One reason for the change was to allow the Ethereum network to scale better. Under proof-of-work setup, the larger the network grew, the longer it took for transactions to finalize. This was not ideal for the blossoming decentralized finance on the platform, which often relied on near instantaneous trading to secure the best rates of returns on investments. Another benefit to the change was to solve the inflation problem, with the proof-of-work version of Ethereum running between 2 to 4% inflation annually. Naturally, if more ETH is being produced than used or burned, then its price will struggle to rise. When the merge occurred, ETH was no longer mined every 15 seconds, but rather it was now issued. The issuance rate solves the inflation problem by setting the rate between 0.5 and 1%, with the exact rate decided by the number of validators currently on the network. Additionally, the base fee or the fee it costs to place a transaction on the Ethereum network was now burned. This means, in theory, if the Ethereum network becomes large enough and its burn rate exceeds its issuance rate, ETH could become a deflationary asset. If the Ethereum network becomes so large that ETH becomes deflationary, it stands to reason that the value of ETH should increase too. Typically, if an item is in demand but has a restricted supply, the value will increase as people pay more to acquire it. In conclusion, Ethereum is a blockchain designed for applications to run on top of, which uses ETH as its fuel. Perhaps most famous for providing the world with smart contract technology, Ethereum's design allows for many types of dApps and DAOs to appear on its network. Ethereum has been the second largest network for half a decade, and thanks to its continuous updating, remains on top of the altcoins today. While there are many layer 1 blockchains out there acting as competitors, none has so far managed to cause any real threat to the Ethereum network. Thanks for watching. If you found the video on Ethereum useful, I am sure you will find this one too.